welcome back. I'm your host, Sonny C. Welcome back to the Chocolate City Sports Break. The Washington football team, as you know, signed Taylor Heinicke to a team-friendly deal, roughly around $8 million. Really a very team-friendly deal. He'll get about $500,000 for this season, and it's a lot of team incentive based on how many wins the team get. He'll get maybe $1 million or so. But so anyway, they showed a commitment to him, but they also made it very team friendly for them if they have to get out of that deal. He's earned it. Like I said, I thought he played out of all the quarterbacks that we had. He seemed to know the offense really well. He took shots downfield, which I love. He threw in windows. He trusted his receivers. If the receivers can hold on to the ball, and that's another conversation for another time. But they're definitely in the market. They tried to go after Matt Stafford. They came up short. They made some inquiries about Derek Carr. They made inquiries about Jared Goff after he got traded to Detroit. As you know, Matt Stafford got traded to Los Angeles. They threw in Goff just to get that contract off their hands, and Detroit took that. And so Washington did make an inquiry with Jared Goff in regards to if he's available. So we don't know what's going on. The rumors are kind of slowed down a bit. The latest was Marcus Mariota. I'm kind of indifferent about Marcus Mariota because I just don't know how much of a competitor he really is. Now, he was competitive in that one game against the Chargers. He looked really well. He looked good. I'm sorry. But, 15, we'll see. We'll see how it is. We'll see if that goes. I wouldn't give up too much for him. And if he starts here, his contract is going to bump up to I think he's getting a $10 million deal. It could bump up to about $20 million deal if he's a starter. He'll have to rework that if he's willing to. If he wants to be a starter, I'm pretty sure he will have no problem reworking that deal. But at the same time, I'm lukewarm on him. I like his mobility, obviously. He doesn't take a lot of chances downfield either, but they give him a little bit of flexibility. He can play out the shotgun with Scott Turner's offense, but I'm lukewarm on him. I'm not really overly excited about a Marcus Mariota. But if they don't have the options to get the quarterback that they can get in the draft, they have to look at everything available. They got to do their due diligence. So it's going to be very interesting in regards to who they target. We do know that there had some interest and some inquiries about Derek Carr. Derek Carr, I wouldn't mind Derek Carr. He's a cap-friendly contract at this point. I would let him play on whatever he can play on it. But if he plays well, then you have to worry about re-signing him for major money. I don't know. So I'm going to let the brass figure that out. They added Chris Polian. As you know, that's Bill Polian's son from the Jaguars. So we'll see how all this brain trust work and see what their targets is. But they got some good relationships throughout the league, unlike the previous regime, like mainly Bruce Allen, who was just an arrogant guy. He seemed to rub people the wrong way. He rubbed the fan base the wrong way. And as you see, he hasn't gotten picked up by anybody else in the NFL that I know of. So they got some professionals in the building now, and that they're going to work with. And I like the direction that the team is going. I like Ron Rivera's plan, and we'll see how it goes. Now on the players front, they definitely need another wide receiver. They do have a lot of wide receivers in-house. So there's going to be a battle there. I like AGG, but basically he was red-shirted this year. He had one catch. He had some problems with injuries, a hamstring or whatever. So there's a lot upside with him, and I think he's a smart guy. I think he'll be able to figure that out. You just got to translate that, transform it onto the field, and the same with a bunch of other receivers. They just have to catch the ball. I mean, we had some problems with some drops, and we'll see what they do in the draft for free agency. I know there's been the Galladay has been mentioned. Allen Robinson has been mentioned. I like Allen Robinson, but do he want to come here when you don't have a quarterback situation? Your quarterback is not settled. Does he want to come here and deal with that? He dealt with that in Chicago, so he's going to cost you some money. And I think they're willing to pay some money. So we'll see. We'll see how it plans out, but it's going to be interesting. I think they're heading in the right direction. If they can get trade to the 7th and get Justin Fields, if he lasts that long, maybe I wouldn't mind it. He's a Ohio State quarterback. I know people kind of raise their eyebrows in regards to Ohio State quarterbacks, especially the one Haskins, that disaster. But Justin Fields seems to be a high character guy. He seems to take his craft very serious, and that'll be interesting. He's mobile. He's got a good arm. He had some ups and downs in the course of the season this year. He played well. He didn't play so well. Ohio State don't have to do much to win these games. In the championship game, there were some issues there, so that I saw. But overall, you saw the game against Clemson. You saw what he can do, what he really can do once he's dialed in. So he has great talent. He's big. He's not as fast as Trey Lance, but I like his mobility. I like his decision making. I just want more consistency from him, and I like to see that more. I don't want to have like the Dwayne Haskins inconsistencies. More. He was consistent at being inconsistent. So I want a quarterback that's comparable, can learn the offense, can make all the throws, and we'll see what happens. I know there's Carson Wentz is being dangled around. To be honest with you, I wouldn't give the Eagles no more than a 7th-round pick for Carson Wentz because of his contract. You're not going to load me down with that contract and expect a 1st-round pick. Carson Wentz is not a 1st-round. No, don't come in with 2 first rounds or offer like Matt Stafford got. That's not going to happen. No, because hey, you can keep him as far as I'm concerned. But I'm not going to trade a 1st-round pick for Carson Wentz. You may force me. I mean, you have to give up another player for me also. You can't just be Carson Wentz. You got to give up one of your players. And so I'm not going to make that deal. What else? I thought about, they were, as far as the draft, I hope that they continue to draft defensive linemen and offensive linemen because we got guys here that's still in their rookie contracts. They're going to be expensive. So when you know that paycheck, that price tag down the road, what it's going to be and how it's going to impact your cap, you better keep drafting defensive linemen, defensive ends, linebackers, offensive linemen, tight ends, because you're going to need depth and you're going to need some young talent in here because these guys coming when they get to their second contracts, they're going to break the bank and you can't afford them. So you have to keep drafting young, hungry defensive linemen and offensive linemen. You might want to draft a tackle. Now, I know they have Sadiq Charles. Unfortunately for him, he was hurt on his first play of the game against New York. And so I'm looking for an upgrade in his he came in kind of hurt or injured. He had some setbacks in camp. So I'm looking for him to bounce back in a big way. We still have Bryce Love. I'm interested in what he can do at this moment. I mean, he's not responding back from that knee injury. And the same with Reuben Foster. If Reuben Foster can get back on the field and stay healthy, he's been injured pretty much his whole career. If he can eliminate these injuries, I know it's rough for people. They seem to be injury prone, but if he can take care of his body, eliminate these injuries, and he's a free agent this year, but he didn't. I don't see how he made himself a lot of money. I mean, you're just basically going on his talent at this point and what he did in Alabama. So, but if we can get that sideline to sideline, ferocious inside linebacker, I think we'll be solid and very athletic. I think we'll be solid. Now we might address that need in the draft as well. So there's going to be a lot of intriguing decisions that the Washington football team is going to have to make. And I'm going to sit back and see what they do. And whatever Ron Rivera's vision is, I'm going to follow it and see what we need. But primarily, the biggest need is that quarterback. We need that quarterback to keep going. And hopefully we can do that without fail. So once again, thank you for tuning in. I know it's been a minute. Been very busy doing other things, a lot of stuff I'm doing, podcasts, all kinds of stuff. So thank you for hanging in there. Please like and subscribe to the video. I would appreciate it. It's all free. So take care of yourself and enjoy your week. Take care.